Welcome to 10 Minutes Today.
My name is Jake, and that's Matej. I didn't introduce us last time.
That rhymed, and we need to start every episode like that now.
This is 10 Minutes Today, your thrice weekly variety show right here on YouTube. And we come to you every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with a brand new topic meant to invoke some thought and provoke discussion. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, pop. Facebook. And like us on Facebook. And don't forget to share this and tell your friends. So thank you to those of you that have.
And we love the comments in the comment section.
Yeah, keep the comments going.
Some really
keep making
great
fun of
debates.
Matej because I liked that
was
one.
only the one. Anyways.
And today's topic is the SpaceX F9, the Falcon 9 rocket. A nerd like me was so excited. So I'm going to take you back, all right? This is a throwback. Only a couple months, but way back, throwback, way back, playback. I don't know if I can use that term. I think it's copyrighted, but fuck you. So I'm pretty sure it was 2 or 3 months ago, the Falcon 9 was launched, and the stage 1 booster re-landed. So this was the first time that ever happened. So for those of you who don't understand, I'm going to explain it really briefly, but essentially... rockets, depending on the build of it, have different stages. So the first stage is generally designed to get you out of the atmosphere. The next stage is designed to get you into orbit. And then the final stage just kind of pushes you through orbit. So most rockets have 3 stages. Some have 4 or 5. There's even like some that have been developed with like 6 or 7. But think of it like this. When you see the spaceship launch, that little part that breaks off that you see, that it can actually, the stage 1 can be seen from the ground. That's your stage 1 booster breaking off the rocket. So the reason space travel is so expensive is we lose these boosters. So they are so expensive to make, and it can only be used once, and then it lands in the ocean, it floats, and we pick it up and melt it down and have to build it again. Well, Elon Musk and SpaceX they're trying to design a fully reusable rocket. And the idea is, if you place these in space, like on different planets, say you have a colony on the moon and a colony on Mars, what'll happen is the moon doesn't really need it, but a place like Mars that's much stronger gravity, you can reuse these rockets now. So you can launch your stage 1 rocket, it'll fall back to Earth, someone goes and gets it, does the repairs needed, and then it can just be reused. It's not spending money at all.
Cool.
Well, it is spending money on the fuel, but it's relatively cheap in comparison. So a couple of months ago, they launched the Falcon 9, and they actually landed the stage 1 rocket, and it's cool as hell because it comes back. So it launches vertically, and then it lands vertically, and it uses leftover fuel to land perfectly, and it's awesome to see. And now this time, they actually mounted the camera on it, launched the stage 1 rocket that had been previously launched and recovered. So this is the first time. A couple of weeks ago, they launched it, came back down and landed. They did the repairs on it. Now they launched it again and landed it. So they proved that it's possible.
Okay.
So this is a huge leap for space exploration because the stage 1 rocket is the easiest one to recover, but we've now figured out that it can be possible. So we can recover the stage 2 rockets. Stage 3, usually, if there is one, it ends up floating out in space, so it doesn't fall back to Earth. It's not really recoverable, but stage 1 and stage 2 are, generally speaking. So their next step is to develop a stage 2 rocket that actually will actually fall back to Earth, guide itself back to the landing pad, and then land. And it's all automated, which is awesome as well. So my question to you, as someone who does not follow the scientific world at all or space exploration at all.
That's a little rude.
Well, I mean,
I like science, just not. No, space sometimes not.
But you didn't know anything about this.
Not in detail, no.
So I want to know, how fucking awesome is this?
Cool. Yes.
No, man. Like this is mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Like
what are the implications here? So it'll cost less money to build rockets because you're reusing them.
Right.
So we have more money for funding to other things?
Well,
in
we're
regard
not
to
worried.
space
This is
exploration,
SpaceX that's doing this, not NASA.
Okay, sure.
Because the U.S. government doesn't give a shit about science and discovery. They care about warmongering.
Sure.
And so does the Canadian government as well, which is absolutely disgusting. But
different topic.
Yeah. So no one is funding the science. So it took a billionaire to be like, no, someone has to do this. And he's done it. He did it. He developed this rocket that NASA knew they could do, but the government was always like, no, like we're not giving you the funding. It's not cool enough.
Sure.
We'll fund the Mars rover because people care about images from Mars, but we're not going to fund this rocket that's
speaking of
reusable.
images, did you see the images of Jupiter's poles?
Yes.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, but the recoloring is all done by individuals. NASA hasn't released one that's official yet, so we don't know that the colors are true to what they are.
Okay.
But they are amateur astronomers that have done all the recoloring of the images.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting to see NASA's official image because it only sends them back data photos in black and white.
Sure.
I actually don't know why, but whatever.
Well, it's because by the time it got there, it's actually from 20 years ago.
Well, no, it's like to get to Jupiter.
By the time it gets there, my phone camera's better than it.
Well, yes, there's no denying that. But they launched this rocket only a couple of years ago. It was like 2010 or 2011 it was launched.
That's a long time in tech time.
And it's gonna crash into Jupiter in the end. It's so exciting what's going on in space exploration, and no one knows, no one pays attention. But did you see the video of the rocket landing?
No, I just saw pictures.
Okay, so you have to watch the video. Yeah, and on the second one, they actually had a camera mounted on the rocket itself.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can actually like see. Shut up! It's so exciting, man. Like you can actually see it descending and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I just wanted people to be aware of this. This is a topic that is like, in my opinion, global warming and space exploration are the two things that we need to figure out.
But why? Why? I think the reason people are interested in space exploration and whatnot in that realm of things is because it has no immediate implications to what.
It has no immediate implications but
what's interesting about
why does that make it not matter?
No, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just
religion has no immediate implication.
Matter
and it's like the most important thing on this planet.
I'm saying it doesn't affect my life at all.
Okay, but it does.
In what way?
Because your son and any other descendants you have, like we're talking only 1 or 2 generations.
Sure.
Like space exploration and space tourism is going to be a thing. SpaceX is flying a couple to the moon.
But why do we need that?
They're flying a couple to the moon just for the hell of it. Because a billionaire is like, fuck yeah, I want to go to the moon.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be so out of reach for this regular people.
But that's right now. But this is going to be like, think of how expensive a car was when they first came out. That's where we are with space travel.
I would think it's a little bit more expensive than that.
To travel to space in comparison?
Yeah.
No, it'll cost a couple $1 million, and you had to be a millionaire to buy a car when they were. I'm talking about before the Ford Model T was mass produced. Cars were all handmade, right? And they were expensive as hell. No one could afford a car unless you were a lord and owned a whole bunch of property. And it's the same thing now. The super elite can afford it, and then 20 years from now, it's going to be like the upper class. And then 10 years from then, it'll be the middle class. Okay. And then it's going to be a thing. Like, what did you do last summer? I took a fly by the moon. Like, cost me $6,000, just like any other vacation. I went for 4 days and
I guess
went to see the dark side of the moon. Like, oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh my God. It's so exciting.
I think I share the sentiments of a lot of people in the idea that it's not that.
But also, how are we supposed to find life in our... Because it's almost impossible that there isn't other life in our solar system. Sure. Like, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, you would think.
How are we supposed to get to a point where we can end this argument?
Why is it an argument, though? Who cares?
Because, dude, because that would prove that life didn't originate on Earth.
What do you mean?
Well, life couldn't have originated on Earth if there's life on other planets. On the moon, if we found life, it wouldn't prove it because the moon is most likely like a broken off piece of Earth, right? That's why it's so big and so close to us.
Sure.
Okay, well, it is. But if we found life on Mars, like there's no way that this bacterial life could get from one to the other. And then what if we found life on a moon? And that's the time.
Interesting conversation.
I want to talk about this forever, but we can't. Nope. Thank you for tuning in and dealing with my rambling about what I'm excited about in life. Don't forget to come back every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, share it with your friends. And have yourselves a great day.
Just share it. It doesn't hurt. And maybe someone else will like it too. Yeah.